Hey guys, what's another videos today? We have Gents, Josh, and the main man himself, Luke the Dingle Bennett. So lads.
Hello guys.
So then Josh starts off.
So, Luke, do you want to introduce yourself a little bit about what you've been doing on TikTok and where the fame's come from?
So, you might know me. A lot of you guys might know me. I'm on TikTok. On my main account, I've got 269k followers. I've only been posting since January. Some of you guys might know me as the Get Out Man. I'd say Get Out. People ask me why they'll skip videos. I act stuff out like that. So yeah, some of you guys might know me from that.
Yeah, recently, however, though, you have 60 something K?
269. Okay.
Yeah, and now your account is no longer there at the minute. Talk us through a little bit about what's happened there.
I mean, I'm not the first this happened to, and I probably won't be the last. But TikTok have permanently banned my account last Thursday. I was on the app just normally going through on a morning, and then it just got a notification you've been permanently banned. They didn't give me a specific reason this time, compared to when I've been like temporary banned in the past. It gave me a specific guideline I broke. This time none. I am in the appeal process of trying to get it back. I'm speaking with other creators who it's happened to as well, and they managed to get their accounts back in the end. But it takes time. But in the meantime, I am posting on my backup account. What I think a lot of people are realising now. But fingers crossed to get it back.
Yeah, you can go and make sure you follow the backup account.
You should follow guys, yeah.
So we're going to start with a few questions. We left a post up on our Instagram. Ask some questions about you. First one, what do you think of the trolls, they've sort of got you banned, if anything?
I mean, there's some weird people who have been coming on my lives.
Yeah, I've seen a few of them.
Obviously, they ask me a normal question sometimes, and then I'll turn my back, and then come back, and then they've got some inappropriate things on the screen. Or sometimes they do it when I'm acting the thing out, and then I come back and I'll completely miss it. And then I can tell sometimes though, because I can see laughing faces in the comments, and then people screen record it, put it on there so it doesn't take me after, so I'll see it. But I have got moderators on there who were banning them and that. But I don't know. I'm not the first this happened to. I know it's happened to a few other creators. But yeah, there's some weird things been happening. But I just ignore them and let it go over my head. Focus on the ones who want to ask me normal stuff.
Yeah, to be fair, I was on one of your lives before. I don't know if you remember. It was a few months ago now. It was an Instagram one, and you were just doing questions, and I think one of your mates was in. I just asked you a couple of questions about Wolves, I think. So I'll move on to the next question. Who do you think is the best player in the Premier League?
Best player in the Premier League? Ooh, that's a tough one. There's a few outstanding players, but I think one who's got to be up there is got to be probably Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
On consistency, it's got to be De Bruyne.
Do you watch so much Premier League football?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Wolves fan. I'm a season ticket at Wolves, so I go up to the games. I try and watch as much as I can as well of other games. But yeah, when it's with Kevin De Bruyne, they're just you've seen in the past when he's been injured in that how much of a difference the team has been slightly compared to when he's with them and that. How he controls the midfield, the passes he pulls off, and he's an all-around good player.
Yeah, as you said, you're a season ticket holder. When you've been at Wolves, who would you say has been the best player you've watched?
What, this season or
any season, any?
Ever.
We'll
do one for Wolves' team and do another you've watched come to play to the Molineux, and you've watched him for a different team at the Molineux. You've gone, what a player he is.
So probably for at Wolves over the last couple of years, for the goals, spectacular goals he's scored, probably got to be Ruben Neves up there. Some of the goals I've witnessed in person, some of the screamers he's scored obviously on TV, and how when he first comes to us in the Championship, I knew this guy's going to do good things for us. And at one point he would only score outside the box. That was crazy. But yeah, and for a player who I've seen, that's a tough one, but I've probably got to go off. There's a few I could probably name. But I'm going to go off someone who people probably wouldn't expect, but it's from this season actually. I was at the Wolves Brentford game, and I'll probably got to say over and Tony. The way he played for Brentford, and obviously we lost on the day 2-0. What surprised me a little bit, and I think surprised a lot of people because I think me as a supporter and others were expecting us to go into that game to win. After obviously previous games we dominated against obviously Spurs, United, and that didn't get the results. And so I thought Brentford should be 3 points, and the way Over and Tony played in that game, he's probably got to be one of the best I've seen play this season and throughout. But there's others up there as well, but he's probably one.
Yeah, he's been Brentford have probably caught the Premier League off guard this season. They've been really good.
Yeah.
So next question. So going back to the TikTok theme, how did you really get into TikTok? You know, what sort of made you think, "Oh, I want to get into TikTok"?
I mean, my mum, my dad, and my little brother was all on TikTok last year posting. I was on TikTok. I've been on TikTok for a few years, but not posting, scrolling through videos like most people do, just seeing what's on the For You page and that. And they said to me last year in the first lockdown when they joined, why don't you come on? Now I'm never going to go on a camera and film something, me doing something stupid or something. And then I thought, this lockdown, what just happened at the start of this year, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it because it was in the winter. A lot more people are going to be indoors. It's going to affect a lot of people more with mental health and that. And I did it for my own mental health as well, to get myself busy. I just started just posting a random video on a morning usually. And then the Q&A feature come in February, I think it was, on TikTok. And I thought, you know, I'll just give this a try, see what happens. Like, people started asking me questions, and then one of my big ones was, what would you do if Kante's in my fridge? And I started that out, and that one blew up, and since then it's gone up and up.
Weird, really, how you've made like a theme out of some random guys put a really weird question. If you feel put it into perspective, what would you do if Kante's in my fridge? And you've gone on and used that as a sort of, you know, base layer to make videos off of that. I think it's quite really.
From those videos though, you know, like for example when you're walking in the streets and whatever, do people actually come up to you at all? Or
I mean, before this, I've been down goals by me. I was doing, because obviously I was the coach and I was doing a kids party, and even on the other pitches after I finished, they was all waiting for me to finish to come and have pictures of me on the pitches. I can be in the streets, people come up to me, can have a picture. Oh, you're Luke Bennet. I can be out with my family and that, they come up to me, different parts of the country. It's just unbelievable.
Wow. Next question, Josh.
So let's talk about. Tell us a little bit about the match for mine that happened on Friday. You know, what the course, and then the game itself, and the people playing in it, and you know, tell us a little bit about it.
Honestly, this was probably one of the best experiences I've had in my lifetime. You know, me, obviously I've played football and but not in a crowd like that, in front of a crowd. Because obviously I want to go into coaching and then not playing, but we had a crowd of 700 plus there, and people chanting your name, and that it meant a lot. It was a charity football game for people who don't know, raising awareness and raising money for Mind Charity, so it's doing mental health. Those guys come to me back in, I think it was September now, asking if I wanted to participate in it, and I was like, yeah, definitely. You know, I've never done an event like this, and obviously got down there, and there was people queuing up. So even when I got off the train, we've got the train there. Even when I got off the train, there was someone on one of them electric scooters. Must have been about 15 or something. Oh, you're a little bit. Can I picture it? I'm at the game later. I literally just got off the train. I already got stopped, but yeah, it was just a real experience to play with other creators such as like Cal the Dragon was there, Aaron Hunt, Dave the other guy, Tom Garrett, Simple Simon was there. There's loads of others, and it was nice because some of these I spoke to over call messages, but I've never actually met these people in person. And it was nice to meet a lot of these and just playing in the game. I played right back in the game. We won 4-2 as well. People loved in the second half when it was me and Cal the Dragon on the same wing. Because a lot of people.
You get a better of him?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Man.
But people are loving it. And playing in front of a crowd of 700 plus, I never thought I'd do that in my lifetime. Especially when I first started. I never thought I'd be playing in a charity game with social media creators. I thought I'd be there as like a fan, not actually playing in a game, if you know what I mean. It's just a real experience. And then we all went out on the night, had a good night, and raised a lot of money for charity. What's the main thing?
That's the main cause, isn't it?
Yeah. did see a video of you waking up the next day. I think it was you must have still had a bit of a hangover or something.
Yeah, we got in at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can imagine well, you've seen the video.
Yeah.
When I saw the video back, I was like, what was I doing?
So you've been at the Match for Mind, and you've been playing with like the likes of Cal the Dragon and T Garrett or whoever. What are those people like as persons? You know, when you face to face with them, like what's Cal the Dragon like? What's Tom Garrett like? You know.
As well, you can have a laugh with them. We talk about how all of us like got in the position we're in. And it was nice to meet them in person as well. Still alike, and honestly, the good lads and that. We had a good bunch of lads there as well. Was the main thing. We all had a laugh. We all went out on the 9th as well to have a laugh as well. On the pitch, we had a bit of banter and that. It was competitive and that. I don't know if you guys saw one of the challenges when Cal the Dragon got 2-footed. It was a good challenge.
I think I saw it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. You know, it was a bit competitive and that. But that's what it's all about. It's competitive, having a good time, raising money for charity, and for a lot of people to come down and meet us guys too. They've been wanting to meet for a long time. And obviously for the locals down there, for the new sites as well, because obviously it's their stadium and that. It meant a lot to them as well, and I appreciate the organisers of the Match for Minds for inviting me down, and the new Saints as well for letting us use the venue as well.
I saw a goal. Didn't T Garrett score? He's meant to be a good
footballer. I got told before he was meant to be a good footballer, and he was. He scored a good goal as well. He might not like me saying this if he watches this, but I don't know if you guys saw in the warm up and that he had a shot and he went over, and I saw
the shot.
And I think, but yeah, he's a good player and that. He scored a screamer as well. That was good. But there's some good goals there. So yeah, there's a few times where it's been clipped when I've got done up. People have clipped it. I was expecting it. And when I've watched it back, I'm like, oh my god, these videos have gone viral, and I've just got scaled up. But yeah, it was all for a good cause. Probably one of the best experiences in my life, and something I'll never forget.
Yes, you're playing in the Content Creators Cup, which is a different cup to mine for Match for Minds. However, if anything, this Content Creators Cup, no disrespect to people you're playing with the other night, but there's some even bigger names than that. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. I mean, this one is not just TikTokers, it's YouTubers as well. So it's TikTokers versus YouTubers. Obviously, same again, it's a charity football game, but this time it's for Cancer Research UK. They're in Ashford. Obviously, this Friday when we're recording this, the 29th of October, it'll be played. And I do feel like there's going to be potentially a bigger crowd there because it's not just TikTokers, it's YouTubers as well. You've got like on our team as well, you've got people like Bailey, and some of you guys might have heard of him on TikTok. He's got over 1 million followers. On YouTube, you got people like JGDTG. He's a multi-platform
Groups is playing it, isn't he? And
Groups is playing it as well. There's loads of bigger names, I'd say. Don't get me wrong, Match for Mind, good. There's loads of big names there, but because it's TikTokers and YouTubers, this one, I think it's another level up. No disrespect, and if anyone from Match for Mind is watching this, I'm not running us down or anything. I'm just saying because there's more like TikTokers and YouTubers. There's like more variety there. But yeah, that's this Friday.
Can you promise us a celebration if you score on in the Content Creators Cup on Friday?
I can. I mean, I'm playing.
What you got in your locker? What you got in your locker?
I mean, I'm playing in goal, so potentially I could score for my own goal if we have a penalty.
Could
I'll be honest.
Let's say maybe goes to pens. You save the
pens. Yeah, come on.
Winning pen. Do us a little shuffle or something.
Go. What are you thinking?
What are you thinking? Either do the Stu celebration or my own personal one. Do my get out thing to see on YouTube.
Go on another day.
If I do, I'll do that. Or save a pen, save the winning pen, win. I want to see a little Sue in the corner and a little get out at the end. That'll be brilliant.
Oh my words, I'll do that for you guys.
Oh, cheers.
Right then. So Dan, have you got a few questions about Wolves?
I have as well, yeah. So what are your opinions on Wolves this season?
I mean, I've been to every home game this season apart from the one what we won. and that was Newcastle.
Yeah.
Because I was in Blackpool that weekend. So, I mean, start of the season, like new manager. There's loads of people tipped
It'll take
relegation
time.
or fighting relegation, and down there because obviously Nuno left in the summer. I was a little bit worried because Bruno Lage, I believe he's been at 2 other clubs before.
I think one of them was Sheffield
English
Wednesday or
football.
something like that.
Sheffield Wednesday was one. I want to say Swansea was the other one. I'm not 100% sure.
I could be wrong, but I think it was Porto.
Yeah, he's been doing it in the Portuguese league. I think one of the teams he was at, he went unbeaten for so long. I don't know if it was the whole season. But he's done it a couple of times in English football when it didn't work out for him. So I was a little bit worried. I didn't know much about him really. But since we've come in, I feel like we've played more attacking football under him than under Nuno, especially against Spurs and United and Leicester. Our opening 3 games, we had a tough start. We lost all 3 of them. But I feel like in all them games, we was the better team. We should have really got the 3 points. And since October started, we're unbeaten in our last 4 games in the league, winning 3 of them. Obviously, drew against Leeds at the weekend. We're getting back up that table now, and we're not too far off the top 6 or even the top 4 or even top of the table. It's quite close, really. If you get like you win your next 3 or 4 games, you could be like in the top 4 or something. Depending on results. But I mean, we played Leeds this weekend just gone, and we would have beat Leeds. United lost Liverpool. We would have gone above United and potentially into the top 6. But I believe we're sitting in 10th or 11th place, somewhere around there. Well, it's not too bad, considering the start of the season we had, and we're getting our results in there.
So I remember hearing that you as Wolves were actually performing really well in games, as you just said, and you weren't really getting the right results, were you?
No, I mean, I was at the Spurs and United game back in August.
Yeah, that United game, I watched that on TV. That one was stupid. Like, you missed so many chances. United really didn't deserve to win that one.
In them games, we've been having like 20 plus shots, some of them, and not scoring. It was very frustrating.
Yeah.
As a Wolves fan, and being there as well. And I was thinking, like, this goes on for the whole season. Kind of like chances, we can't put them on the net in the net. It's bringing them back to where it was last season for us when we had Jimenez injured. Couldn't put them in the net, but we had Jimenez back, and I've been a little bit worried of when he's coming back because we're back from a fractured skull. Can he do it? And I mean, he's scored a couple of balls,
hasn't he?
But he hasn't been at his form he was a couple of years ago. What I think was kind of expected because any individual, you're human after all. Fractured skull, it's going to affect you.
He basically came really around heading, didn't he?
Yeah. Heading his games around as a striker and that. But obviously now we've got Hwangi Chan, who's been unbelievable for us.
Danny's made you eat your words for that one, hasn't he? Hwangi Chan.
Indeed.
On the podcast a few weeks ago, Dan was saying it's not what Wolves need at all, and he's really done well.
That surprised me. That surprised me a lot. I felt like when Wolves signed him, maybe he wasn't really the player you needed. But to be fair, he has shown his qualities.
Yeah.
Next question. Sticking with Bruno Lage, do you feel like you've developed under him after Nuno is gone?
I feel like, yes. As a team, we're more attacking compared to with Nuno, we was more like counter-attacking team. So we'll let them come to us, and then we'll hit them on the break with our wing backs with the pace of like Troy Ray. But through under Bruno, I feel like he's come in. He's made us more of an attacking team and actually not sitting back all the time and hitting on the counter. Was actually going at teams, going at the big boys, if you want to put it that way. And we have shown that we can do it, and we've started to get the results now. And I'm hoping we can progress on that. And I did predict at the start of the season I'll be happy with a top 10 finish, but the way we're playing, and if we continue to get our results, we could surprise a lot of people. I'm not saying get into like Champions League or anything, but I would take that 7th spot, that new competition, the Europa competition. I'll take that European football, like it was a couple of years ago. I was at some of the Europa League games. I never thought at this stage compared to where we were like 5 years ago, 5, 6 years ago in League One. So obviously, a few years later, we'll be playing in Europa League as well. Be nice to get European nights back at Molineux again. Yeah.
Sticking with Wolves though, when did you actually start supporting and going to the games of Wolves? And what got you into watching them?
I mean, I was about 4 or 5. My first game was. I mean, my dad's a Wolves fan, so all my dad's side's Wolves, or my mum's side's West Brom, so it's a bit of a rivalry there.
That's a rivalry.
But yeah, my dad brought me up on Wolves and that because he's originally from Wolverhampton as well. So he went as a kid as that. My granddad, his dad took him as well. So I've my first game. I can't remember my first game exactly, but
It's hard one, I know, yeah.
like,
I think my
it's hard
first
because
game
when you're
with
like,
Albion was when I think, around 7 or 8. We were beating Spurs 1, and I remember they brought on Gareth Bale at half time. He scored 2 cracks and won the game. So, yeah. But no, I do it.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a mixed journey. Obviously, when I first started watching, it was obviously in the Premier League, and then we had that back-to-back relegation, then to League One. Like playing teams like Leighton Orient, who are in non-league now. And obviously, we got took over. Obviously, Chinese owners took over all the Midlands clubs in like one go. And obviously, we come all the way up. Obviously, they took over us in the Championship. We finished 14th the season before they took over. They had I think it was either 2 or 3 year plan to get into the Premier League. Did in the first season. Walked the league, finished on 99 points. What did frustrate me a little bit, because it was 1 point off 100, and last game of the season we go and lose 3-0. I always remember that. Yeah, Sunderland 3-0 we lost. If we would have won that, would have got over 100 points. And then obviously first season in the Prem, finishing 7th, getting into Europe, getting to an FA Cup semi-final, getting to the year after, finishing 7th again, getting to a quarter-final, a Europa League, originally losing to the winners of the competition, Sevilla. Unfortunately, because it was during COVID times, no fans could see the latter stage of the competition anyway. I was a little bit frustrating because teams like Sevilla and that, it would have been nice to go through and that. But yeah, hopefully them days return, and I am confident this season we can at least get top 10, maybe even higher. We'll see.
Yeah, I thought I had to write this in as a big Albion fan. What are your opinions on the 3-2 loss sent to us back in, I don't know if it's December.
I saw in the background. I thought you were going to bring something up. I mean, you know, we've got to let a team who are always going to be like to go down. We've got to let them get a win. We've got to give it to them. But no, it was frustrating. I literally turned my phone off after that game because a lot of my friends are West Brom fans as well. But at the end of the day, what I'll turn around and say to a lot of West Brom fans is to say that, look where we am and look where you am right now.
I guess so, yeah. Just sticking with the if you had to say... If you had to say this, right, Luke, who would you say is your biggest rival? Is it us or Villa? Not Kazama, don't be... what's your opinion?
It's probably... Well, at the minute, it's probably Villa because obviously Villa in the Premier and that. But overall, it's always been West Brom. You know, back in Derby Wolves, West Brom. Always been one of the biggest derbies in the country. So, yeah, it's probably got to be West Brom. Maybe... Essentially the way you're playing.
Okay, and Josh, what's the question?
Yeah, I bet you enjoyed a different 3-2 the other week, you know, in your favour against another Midlands club.
Yes.
Got a Villa fan in the corner here. What's your opinion?
Gents is a big Villa fan.
Yeah. That game, I remember because obviously it's a 3 o'clock kickoff. I had the game on stream, and I remember watching it because I had to go to work. I was 2-0 down. And I thought, I'm going to take my phone off again, like another rivalry thing. And I got to work, and I had to look like 3 or 4 times on the screen, like 2-2. And then
that was the same as me.
Never scored a free kick, and I was going mental in the back. 3-2.
It was a fortune to look, but that's what you need.
We'll take it. We'll take the look. But be 2-0 down in the 80th minute, and then at full time to win it 3-2. Against one of your rival clubs as well.
Exactly. You can't beat, can you?
Not even going to comment on
it.
So, sticking with Wolves, though, if you had to bring one player in to improve, who would it be and why?
That's a tough one. Realistically, I probably couldn't give you an exact player, or probably could give you a position. I feel like we need to improve at the back. Don't get me wrong, Connor Cody, fantastic player, fantastic bloke as well. I spoke with him a few times, down to earth guy. I just don't think he's level. Especially if we want to try and challenge for Europe season in, season out, because that's where we want to be. With the players we've got, we should be not challenging for top 4 every season, but maybe challenging for Europa Conference spot or top 6 or close to it. But yeah, I feel like we need to get a solid centre back in. I've been a little bit disappointed this season with Bruno Lage because he's been favouring Kilman over Bolly. But don't go on, Kilman's a good player. But I feel like
Bolly's a really good player, Mark. They're both
a good player. You know, he's under Nuno now. He's fantastic for us. And I've been a little bit disappointed, a little bit surprised. He's been favouring Kilman over Bolly. And to be honest, we need to start giving Bolly game time. Otherwise, he'll just go and leave. And he's a good centre back.
He's a good centre back, yeah.
I don't really want to leave him.
Do you feel like, as Patricio left, do you think he was maybe a bit more quality than Sarr? Do you feel like Sarr has shown his worth?
Patricio, obviously proves it in that. Sarr, he's been a good keeper in that. But I feel like Patricio overall, he's had the experience. Patricio, you know, he's won major tournaments with Portugal. He's won trophies back when he was in Portugal, Porto and that. But Sarr's a good keeper in that, and I'm slowly starting to like him a bit more compared to the start of the season. But overall, I do think Patricio was a better keeper. But Sarr's only just joined. We've got to give him time, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, Josh.
Go on then. I've got a little off-topic question, an exclusive maybe for the people watching. Can we have a Luke Bennet meal deal? What's your go-to?
Oh. I've been asked this quite a bit. I'm basic. People might be booing right now when I say this, but I'm basic. I just have a standard ham sandwich, cheese and onion crisp, and a bottle of Coke usually. I'm just standard. I'm not
like that as well.
Yeah. Gents, have you got any questions?
Yeah, I've got two. They're mainly about TikTok. So first one is, do you feel any pressure when it comes to like TikTok and getting videos out and stuff?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I work at golf, so I do functions, can go on 2 days in the morning. And sometimes I feel like when I come back, I've got to post my night videos because fans expect me to do it.
Yeah.
And like sometimes I can be up to like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning creating videos, and I'm up early the following morning or something. And it's tiring. People say to me, why don't you take a break? And I see a lot of people do it, but I'm one of them people who, if it wasn't my fans, I would have been in a position I'm in, so I want to give back to my fans. There's creators out there as well, going slightly off, but creators out there who like refuse pictures. I'm not like that. If anyone's picturing me, I'm happy to do a picture, video, whatever, because I want to give back to my fans, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be in the position I'm in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do feel pressure a little bit, not too much, but a little bit like, I have like a schedule, so right, I need some morning videos, I need some night videos, got to make sure it's in my thoughts doing it. Because that's what fans expect from them.
Yeah. Have you got a total aim with your TikTok and YouTube? Or?
That's what I was going to say. Where do you see your future? Where do you see the pathway? Is it YouTube, TikTok, Twitch? Because I've seen you've got all of them and you're doing well on all of them. You know, your Twitch is
I mean, TikTok is probably the best platform if you want to use. Money-wise,
you're part of the Creator Fund, aren't you? But you know, like, I think I've seen you say somewhere, you know, you like to have another job aside of that. You know, just keep you ticking, and it's, you know, why not?
Yeah, don't get me wrong, the money's okay on TikTok, but I feel like if the views I had on YouTube or something like that, I would earn a lot more money. And I'm trying to grow on other social media platforms as well. I don't know if you guys see, I started to post more on YouTube, so I'm doing like vlogs, football related videos. I've got some fans in. I've actually got one coming out tonight. From Match of Mine, it's my longest video ever. It's going to have like people like Aaron Hunter all going to be in there, and a little bit behind the scenes, my journey down there, after the match, the day after. So yeah, if you guys want to check, you guys will probably see before this goes out. But yeah, it'll be out on my YouTube channel later on.
Yeah, I'll give it a watch. You know, everyone watch this video now. Make sure you check it out.
Gents, what's your other question?
My other question is, how long do you plan to stay? Do you plan to end it anytime soon? Like, do you know how long you're going to carry it on for?
I'm going to carry on for as long as possible. Obviously, with my minor account, I know it has put back a little bit, but I'm still determined to get my minor account back. And if not, I have got my backup account, so it'll have to be the rebuilding process. But I think a lot of people are realising that I'm on there. And to be honest, my views have been good on my backup account. I mean, in the last week for my backup account, I've hit over 1 million views since Thursday, videos combined.
Yeah.
But it's good to be honest, my backup account, because I've only got about 30k followers on my backup account. was a big drop from my main account. So fingers crossed I get it back. I still have a lot of creators who have managed to get theirs back. It took a few weeks though, so I've only been near enough a week. So it's just keep pestering TikTok and that. I spoke with a few other creators as well who know people who work for TikTok personally, who they get in contact with me. So that's good. That's one advantage I've got. No disrespect to, I don't want to sound too cocky here, but no disrespect to smaller creators who haven't got the network out there with other TikTokers who have got the networks with obviously people who work for TikTok, how they do it and that. I've probably got a slightly better advantage compared to some others who will be in the position I'm in. Because I've got people who know people at TikTok and know what to do, not telling me what to put in there. There's loads of stuff, but hopefully I can get it back. But if not, I'll just have to keep going on my backup accounts. But I think a lot of people are realising that I am posting on there. I do put on my other socials as well, so a lot of people do see it.
And Luke, so we've got a couple of questions from the fans that we're going to get onto. One of them here says, what would you do if Alex Telles was sweeping your floor?
Well, guys, a bit of a random question, but I'll ask something if you want me to. So, yeah, I'll see my own joking, guys.
There we go.
Alex Telles, what you doing? Sweep my floor. What are you doing? Stop doing that. Get it. Get it. Get it. Do not come back and do it again. Can't believe you did that, guys. Keep in the question, guys, Q&A section of my profile, and I'll keep answering for you guys in videos like this. Enjoy this content. So, yeah, thank you everyone for the support. I do appreciate it for every single one of you. And, yeah, bye, everyone.
Oh, that's brilliant. I bet that's stuck in your head now.
Yeah, it is. People often do remember that. I've said it so many times.
One more. This one's an interesting one. What would you do if you woke up and Bruno Lager was nibbling your toes?
Hi guys, a bit of a random question, but I can ask something if you want me to. So yeah. Oh, I just woke up. I just stand here for a bit. What's this I'm seeing? Renard, what you doing? Nibbling your toes. What are you doing? Stop doing that. Get out. Get it. Do not come back and do it again. Can't believe you did that, guys. Keep in the question, guys. Q&A section of my profile, and I'll keep answering for you guys in videos like this. Enjoy this content. So yeah, thank you everyone for the support. I do appreciate it for every single one of you. And yeah, bye everyone.
Brilliant.
That's give me that. Anything else, Josh? Is that
it? No, I think it's been a really good podcast. Honestly, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, mate. Pleasure. Appreciate it.
Anytime, you're more than welcome in the future to come on again.
Yeah.
It's been
no
great,
worries, guys. Thank you guys for allowing me to come on. I do appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for coming. Well, guys, thanks for watching this podcast. See you next one. Say bye, lads. See you.
Yeah.